I'm back to Tell the Truth channel. Please like, share my content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other content that y'all go on. I appreciate that very much. And could y'all please hit the bell? I appreciate that too. I am in Jesus and Jesus is in me. All right, I have to come to you. I have to talk to y'all because I have to defend myself on these people that's trying to completely take me down. These people went back into my past from when I was in grammar school. Now, um, keep this in mind that people right now are going through these spells that these people have done to these people that's going through this stuff now. And these people don't understand why are these people are putting spells on them to keep them with them. But that's only way people can hold on to people that don't wanna be with them is to do spells on them. Okay, look. When I was in grammar school, now, before I get to this, my family had been doing a lot of things to me ever since I was a child, and I never knew this. I never knew the things that was going on with me and why it was going on until I got the age I am now. And this stuff blows me away because I'm just recently finding out all of this stuff that's happening that I didn't know nothing about. I didn't know about spells back in the days. I didn't know that people can do all of this stuff. I didn't know none of this stuff that was going on back in the days that is going on now. I didn't know none of this stuff. Now, when I was young, I had problems in grammar school. They had me in special classes when I was young. They had me um, doing tests and stuff when I was young. I didn't know why they had me doing tests. I didn't know why I was in special classes because they was, you know, making me seem like I was slow in my reading and spelling and all that stuff that I was going through in school. I didn't understand why it was so hard for me to catch on to stuff when I was in grammar school. I didn't know why it was so hard for me to catch on to stuff. It I just didn't understand why I was going through so much when I was young, and then when I got in high school, I was going through stuff when I was in high school. Because I was in special classes in high school too. I didn't even know why they had me in all of this stuff. And why it was so hard for me to comprehend on things in school. I never understood this. I never understood that people could have been doing things to me then from when I was in grammar school to high school. Because even when I got married and stuff, and because when I started working, it was hard for me to even hold a job. It was hard for me to even hold a job because my father always told me that I would never be able to work. Even though that when my father had jobs and he was hiring my sisters and brothers to work with him, and I would always ask him, why would he never let me work with him? And he would always tell me that I would never be able to work. And I never knew why he said that. I never knew why he said that. But I think the reason why he said that because he was using my my sickness is when I fell out the window and broke both of my legs. He was using that as an excuse for me not to work. Because I don't think the doctor ever said that I would never work again. I would never be able to work because of the accident that I had. I think that was something that my father just said that he just didn't want me to work. Is that they was just keeping me in poverty. They didn't want me to rise. They didn't want me to rise. So every time when I got married and I was trying to work, every time I tried to hold a job, I would have problems with my feet. I think that they probably was doing spells on my feet, so I couldn't keep the job. Cause every time I tried to work long hours, I would have problems with my feet, and I couldn't hold a job. So one day, I kept going in, and back then they would have you to bring a doctor um, paper in to show your boss why you been off work so much. So I had to bring in that to show them why I was taking off so much. Even though they knew that I was doing a good job at my job, it's just that my feet was always, you know, putting me back, putting me back off where I couldn't work, where I couldn't hold a job. So, um, my father and them, I didn't have no other choice. But they put me on public aid. I had to get on public aid because of all of this stuff I was going through. I had to get on public aid because I couldn't hold a job. So I had to get on public aid. And once I got on public aid, they had us back then had to go out and look for jobs. So I was going out looking for jobs then, and when I was on public aid, I was going out looking for jobs. And every time I turned around and I started working, which I was working for public aid to get my benefits, they had people to chase me back home in my house, because every time I tried to go out there in the world to work, somebody would come after me and chase me back into my house where I wouldn't go out there in the world. It would be a stranger just come from nowhere and come and chase me to try to hurt me and send and put me right back in my house. So when I kept getting chased and stuff, I just decided not to work. So one day, I decided to go back to school. Me and my daughter decided to go back to school. So as me and my daughter was going back to school, um, these people had somebody to set up me and my daughter, because my daughter was pregnant and we was going to school. She was pregnant, and some man just came up to us and pulled the gun out on us, on me and my daughter, and asked us to give him some money, because if we don't give him the money, he would kill us. So the point is that me and my daughter didn't have no money on us, because we never walk around with money on us, even though I guess they figure because we dress nice, because like I don't go nowhere without dressing nice. I have to be to the point when I go out the door. I don't go nowhere without being to the point, unless I'm going to the store or something. And sometimes when I go to the store, I still got to be to the point. That's just me. I don't step out without, looking the way I want to look. So I guess they figured that me and my daughter had money because the way we dressed. But we would never carry no money on us like that. We never did that. So he called us behind the school, behind our house, behind the school, and pulled the gun out on us and asked for the money. So we didn't have no money. I gave him change. I dropped the money all on the ground, like, here, you can have that because that's all I got. Now, if you want that, you can have it. And he looked at my ring, my wedding ring, and I said, well, if you want that, you can have that too. And then he said, no, I don't want your wedding ring. You can keep that. He didn't want the wedding ring. So he just said, okay, y'all can go ahead and let us go. Now, what robber would sit there and come up to somebody and you see their face and say, well, since you don't have no money, you could go ahead. I'm not gonna mess with you, and just walk away. That was a setup. So I've been going through stuff like this all my life. All my life I've been going through this stuff. Just like when I got raped. That could be the setup when I got raped. because everybody that my family set me up with was demons that was not right. That I always had to go through it with somebody I was dating. I had to fight a man off every time I date somebody. I had to fight them off. And even when I got married, I had to fight my husband when I married him. Thank you, Holy Ghost. And this is ridiculous. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Thank you, Holy Ghost. This is ridiculous that I had to keep going through this stuff. So I never understood why I had a hard life. I never understood why I had a hard life. I never understood this. But my family knew. They knew all of this. Because my brothers and my sisters couldn't stand me when I was young. And I never knew why. I never knew why they couldn't stand me. But they couldn't. I never knew why everybody did not like me. Why I had so much of a hard problem with everybody. I just didn't understand why. And now I'm still going through this with them. They still trying to hurt me. Even though I'm a grown woman, they still trying to take me down. They still trying to do everything they can to mess my life up. And I don't know why. They want to hurt me. Why do they want to take me down? And it's all because of this money that my parents and my grandparents left me, that they took from me, and they still trying to take from me. And I don't understand why they doing this to me, but they is. And now they trying to use my past to hurt me, to bring up things that I went through in my life that I never even knew why I was going through all of this when I was young. Why these things was happening. Only they knew this. They knew all of this. So I'm letting everybody know that's going through the situation that I'm going through. It's not your fault what you're going through. If you had a terrible past life, it's not your fault. It's your family fault. They did all of this to you, just like my family did to me. They put me in this situation that I should not even be in. And I'm still going through it right now today. I'm still going through this. And I don't understand. And I don't even think they understand why they doing this. Because, like I said, I think they could be possessed. Like some kind of demon just completely done took over them. Because this just don't make no sense for them to be doing the things that they have done. I just don't understand. I really don't. So yes, I didn't want to come on here and talk to y'all about this, but I see that I had to, because this is what they finna bring up to y'all about what I went through when I was in grammar school, in high school. They bringing up my past. So I'm just letting y'all know. Before they try to throw this up in y'all face, I'm letting y'all know now. I don't have nothing to hide. Thank y'all for listening to me. Jesus love you, Father love you, the Holy Ghost, the angels, the ancestors, and I love y'all. And I'll be back to talk to y'all again soon. Thank y'all for listening to me.